Hey everybody, welcome to my usual me and welcome back to Star Citizen. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start this video off in the apartment. So if you've come to Hurston, we're in Hurston right now. If you've come to Hurston, you've landed your ship for the first time and you are wanting to mine, you're wanting to hand mine. Okay, we're going to talk about hand mining today. You're going to go ahead and once you've logged out and once you log back in, you're going to respawn on one of these beds. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to show you from the apartment complex where to get your mining equipment, your hand mining equipment. So we're going to go out and we're going to find the elevator, which the elevators, and it'll be random which one of these you spawn into. So be aware that it won't always be the same one. Find the elevator and call the elevator and go down to the ground floor. We're just going to go down to the ground floor right here. Hopefully it takes me all the way down. Sometimes it bugs out and it gets weird. All right, and then when you come out, hang a left. Go straight this way. And then you see the Tesla spaceport signs to the right. Go to the left right here. Keep going left. You see these stairs right here? We're actually going to go, see this sign? We're going to go to the right here. Go down these stairs. Now, there might be a faster way to do this, but I don't know of a faster way to get to where I want to go. So I'm going to go straight down. Cut to the right. Go dead ahead. There's the bar right ahead of you. Got a mining person right there. Go to the right. Then go to the left. Then go to the right again. We're going to Tammany and Sons. This is where we're going, Tammany and Sons. Just go ahead and open the doors. And then we're going to go right here to this pad or that pad. Doesn't really matter which one. Tap F to get into it. All right, so go to utility. Go to weapons. Although you will need utility because you're going to want to get a couple med pens. At least one or two. If they have more and you can afford more, get more. By the way, if you are just starting the game, if you purchase the game using a code, like any code, any referral code, it doesn't matter whose referral code you use. I've got one in the description. If you want to use mine, that's fine. You get 5,000 credits when you start the game, when you buy the game to start, and it takes almost that much to get your mining equipment. So otherwise, you'll have to do some other missions, like some shuttle missions or something else before you can start buying your mining equipment. You're gonna have to get around 4,200 credits is what it's gonna run you to get all this stuff. So go to go to weapons, and then go to weapon, and your pyro right multi-tool is right here. Okay, once you purchase that, that's going to cost you 452 credits. Go to attachments. Whoops, nope. Hang on. Weapons, attachments. And scroll down until you find the Orbit mining attachment. It's right above the Oxy torch cutter. The Orbit mining attachment, you're going to need to buy one of those because you're going to have your mining attachment attached to your multi-tool. All right, and then while you're here, if you feel like you want to grab a couple of med pens, grab a couple of med pens. Because if a rock explodes in your face and damages your body, you're going to want to heal up. Because if it explodes again, you're probably going to die. All right, so go to armor for your backpack because you want a rucksack so you can carry the absolute most amount of rocks or any material that you want to carry. So go to torso, and it's actually right now is at the top. It's rucksack core right here, the Max Flex rucksack core, but it wasn't at the top when I first got mine. So it may change. Depending its position, depending on what. If you can't find it here, by the way, that's 3,100 credits. So that's like you're gonna have like out of 5,000, you're gonna have like 800 credits left, minus however many med pens you buy. So if you can't find that here, you go right here. There's a bunch of mannequins right here, and there's a rucksack mannequin. I mean, there's a mining mannequin right here. If you look, I'm wearing what he's wearing, exactly. I went ahead and just matched up. So, but the rucksack is the only one you need. So just mouse until you see the core highlight, then tap F. It'll come up on your screen. You can actually just buy that from right here. So, and damage reduction is 20%. I highly recommend as soon as you can get enough money, get better armor. get better armor because the damage reduction. Because if you fall too far, or if a rocket hits you and explodes, or whatever, you're going to want that extra protection when you're out mining. All right, now once you've gotten your equipment, let's go ahead and you hit F1. Sometimes it glitches out and it double taps that, or it bugs out. Go to the little guy right here, and then is your equipment manager right here, so you can customize your personal gear. Go to armor, and then you're going to go down to torso. And, okay, you won't have it equipped at first. Right? It'll be unequipped. So what you'll do is you click on it, and it'll equip it. Save changes, equip. I would close it out. I would hit F4 and double check to make sure it's on your back. Then what you're going to want to do, go back in. Same thing. Only this time you're going to want to go to weapons. You're going to just want to go all the way down to the bottom where it says utility item, and you want to, it'll say, oh, I'll unequip mine. You go to utility item, it'll say Pyrorite multi-tool, click on it. And then you'll also want to go to utility and go down to multi-tool attachment, and you'll want to equip the orbit mining attachment. I have the oxy cutter as well. I just clicked on it and I equipped the oxy cutter, which is no use for you. There's no reason to have the oxy cutter now. There's no reason for it, I don't think. But they're going to do salvage here in a little bit. They're going to put salvage in the game. So I'll be doing mining as well as salvage, as well as product runs, and I'm going to be doing trading and whatnot. So that's where my focus is going to be. So anyway, make sure that mining bit attachment is on your multi-tool. If it is not, you will not be able to mine. You'll be like, well, I don't know why it's not mining. So next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit F1 and go down to this little piece of paper where this pen is. Click on that. Go down to investigation, and you want to investigate a client. This is the easiest way to find caves anywhere. You investigate people who are like lost in a cave. So once you accept the offer, then what will happen is, and we have F1, it should show now there's a cave 1,400 kilometers in that direction, which means I got to get up in my ship and we got to go to that cave. We got to fly to that cave. But now I've got that active, and that'll stay active so long as I'm logged in, unless I go ahead and I abandon the offer. If I abandon the offer, then the offer won't be any good for me anymore. I'll have to go back and I'll have to go and try to get another one. Like sometimes they have missions on Aberdeen for caves, and I don't like Aberdeen. So what I'll do is I will accept the offer, then I will abandon the offer, and then I'll log out, log back in, and then I usually get Hurston after that. This one is on Aberdeen right now. I don't want the one in Aberdeen. I don't like Aberdeen. So, and I wish you could just say, no, thank you, and have it so it would cycle again. Because I don't care for Aberdeen, so I don't bother with Aberdeen hardly ever. So, anyway, guys, if you can find the client down in the cave, it's worth 4,000 credits to you. So that's like icing on the cake. You know what I mean? You're going down there to mine minerals and make a lot of money, but you get an extra 4,000 credits, and I'm not going to complain. So what we got to do now when we come out of here, guys, is we need to go back to the Metro Center. Okay? So follow the signs back to the Metro Center. And then we're going to want to go to the spaceport. Yeah, that's the admin office. I don't want to go to the admin office. Although, when you do sell your items, you will be out of your backpack. You'll be selling them at the admin office, and I will show you how to do that here as soon as we get done mining. So I'm going back up these stairs to the Metro Center, and we're going to go to the spaceport. We got to take a train. Okay, so we go to the right to the perimeter line. We don't want to go on the perimeter line. We want to go on the spaceport. So don't hang a right, hang a left. It says spaceport line right here.
Welcome to Metro Center.
Train comes about every 30 seconds. Matter of fact, we have 30 seconds. All right, so we'll get on the train, and it'll take us to the spaceport. All right. You've got about 10 seconds to get on the train, and then you come in this side, but you're going to be exit on the other side.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
All right, out we go, and then just go to the right, and you get out.
Your fellow travelers, do not block doors.
Then I hang a left, then another right, then another right, then a left. It's a ways. Then go left, continue left, to the right and up these stairs. Now, once you've done that, go to one of these pads right here, tap F, and this is your ship retrieval place. This is where you're going to get your ships. So what am I going to use today? Let's see. I've got all kinds of ships I'm going to use because this is the free week. So I have plenty of ships to choose from. We're going to go ahead and take the Origin M50 Interceptor. I'm going to retrieve it. And it's going to take it to a docking bay. It's going to retrieve it to a docking bay and tell me what it is. I'm just going to say hang out here. Hangar 6. Okay. So we go where the new deal is, hangar right. Go straight down. And right here I'm going to stop because I'm going to show you. If you want to rent ships, you can rent ships right here. So you rent them for a day, you rent them for 3 days, 7 days, or 30 days, depending on how long you want to rent them for. So that's how I got my prospector, as I rented it for a day. And now that it's free week, I get it all week long, which is really cool. All my rentals are good for the week. So we're going to call the elevator. We're going to go to hangar 6. Hold down the F button. Click on hangar 6. The reason I chose the Interceptor is because it's about twice as fast as the starter ships. Maybe not quite twice as fast, but it's pretty close to being twice as fast. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and use the fastest ship that I think I have. I haven't tested some of the other ships, so I don't know. But I think this is a racing ship, so it should be. And then, obviously, you know how to get in and out of your ship. Wait till it highlights, tap F, climb inside. I'm assuming that if you're watching this video that you don't know how to do anything in the game, pretty much. So I'm just going to go through step by step. Once she closes, tap R to get your ship started. It'll power up. I'm going to hit F1 because I've used this ship recently, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the wrench icon, and I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to go, I do need to refuel, so I'm going to repair. And then it closes it out every time you confirm, so you have to open it up again. And that's not available, so it did that. We're going to refuel the hydrogen. Confirm. And we're going to go ahead and do that one more time. And okay, it didn't work. It bugged out on me. We're going to do the quantum. Confirm that. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe it'll fill it up. Sometimes you have to sit here and wait for a minute and wait for them to refuel your ship or fix your ship. I lost a full engine once, and I had to wait for like 5 minutes before the engine showed up. So we're going to double check it again. And it's still not working. I don't know what's going on. We're not doing a quantum jump, and I do have enough hydrogen to make it to the cave, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to hit F11. You can hit F1. I said this in the previous video. You can hit F1 and go to the comm link on the bottom left there. Or you can just hit F11, and it'll take you directly to the comm link. Go to Contacts, Lorville Landing Services, click on this.
You are cleared for liftoff.
You are cleared for liftoff. All right, then close it out. And I'm going to go ahead and hit F4, and we're going to go ahead, and that way I can see my ship. And I'm just going to press spacebar, go straight up. You're centered on your platform, so it doesn't really matter. And then once I get above...
Please visit us again. Remember, if you're contemplating a career change, you should contact one of Hurston's resource managers for information about exciting career opportunities.
Okay, so now that I'm here, I'm going to hit F4 again. I'm going to cycle up until I am about... Let's go ahead and let's level off. So I'm about 75, 80% is where I'd like to be. 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 You can go 90%. It doesn't really matter, which is straight up in the air. And then what I'll do is I will go ahead and I will hit C, which is the cruise control. And then I'll just start to scroll up. Slowly start to scroll up. I don't think it matters how fast you scroll it up, but sometimes if a ship starts accelerating or decelerating too quickly, it'll be too many G-forces that you could pass out. And so if you pass out, you might have a problem. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to scroll this all the way up now. Almost to the top. If your engine says we're overheating, back off the scroll button. Like back it off fast. Because your engine's overheat, you'll explode your ship. I don't think I have to worry about it with this racer, though. Now we're going to climb until we get to 100,000 feet. That's when the atmosphere is gone. That's when when this altitude on the left and the T velocity on the right, I think it's what it's called, the T-vel. When those are gone, when it disappears, that means there's no more atmosphere and you're out in space. And you need to do that. So that way you can go ahead and you can spool to the closest point of interest to the cave, because you can't spool to a cave. You can't calibrate to a cave, but you can calibrate to the closest place, or you can calibrate to the place that is closest to the cave. That's what I meant to say. All right. So now that we're out of orbit, I'm gonna scroll back. I'm gonna be really. I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take off cruise control, and that'll lower it down. I'm at 6.5 Gs, which is fine. I shouldn't pass out. I should be fine. I don't think you start passing out until 12 or 13 Gs. I'm gonna level off, and we're gonna spool around here, or we're gonna scroll around till we see the planet. I'm looking for the cave. It's right here, 1,481 meters or kilometers away. So let's go ahead and hit B, and that's gonna give us the nearest point right here. Looks like is gonna be Tamar. So we're gonna hold that position until we calibrate. Hold down the B button.
Quantum drive activated.
There we go.
Gear raised.
Oh yeah, I forgot to raise my landing gear. I always forget to raise my landing gear, and sometimes I've forgotten to lower my landing gear too, and I've wrecked my ship. This is going to take us within about 350 kilometers from the cave. It's almost always 350 kilometers. Sometimes it's a little bit more, but it's about 350 usually.
Quantum drive deactivated.
All right, once it's deactivated, I'm going to level off. We're going to nose over to the cave. I'm going to make sure I'm level. And then go ahead and I'm going to hit C, cruise control. Or you can scroll up if you don't want to use cruise control, that's fine. And this will allow me to go as fast as I can go, because I've got the cruise control scrolled way up. So I'm going a little bit faster than the average ship, obviously, because I'm a racer. So I'm going to get there a little quicker than most. But what I will do is, you see right now, we're at negative 10 degrees pitch. I want to go up because I'm at 8,000 feet. So or 8,000 kilometers. I want to go up to 0, which will level you off. Okay, go very slowly, and that'll level you off. A little bit above is better. Make sure your dot is right, and you're centered, and you're level, and there you go. Now I'm going to start to climb a little bit as we get closer to the cave. I'm probably going to be about 10 or 12, 15,000, 20,000 feet when I get there. You want to be as close to that 0 as possible and just be a little bit above the 0. You have to adjust it just a little bit as you go, because the ship is going to want to float a little bit. It's going to want to go up a little bit or down a little bit, depending on where your dot is. If you can get that dot right on the money, that's great. I've never been able to do that. I'm going to have a little bit of drift as we go along. So every 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to have to adjust it. All right, I'm cruising at about 10,000 feet or 10,000 kilometers, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop down, and we're at 75 kilometers from the cave. I'm going to start to go down. I'm going to drop her down, about negative 10, negative 15, something like that. I don't want to go too fast. And we're going to start scrolling back this cruise control a little bit. And be aware that the altitude that you're at when you land is going to be, I believe, above sea level. so it's going to be higher than 0. It's always going to be higher than 0. So make sure that you don't like go into a nosedive down to 2,000 feet because you'll hit the ground. I'll level off about 5,500, 6,000 feet or so. I say feet. I'm sure it's kilometers, but and I want this cruise control scrolled back because when I get to the cave, I'm going to scroll it all the way back. Now you don't have to use cruise control. You can keep your finger on the button if you want, but for me, it's just so much easier to hit that C button, use that cruise control, and that way, it's easier for me to fly that way. I'm at 3,000 feet. I'm flying just above the surface here. You can see I'm going to be skimming the top of the mountains here, so you got to really watch out. To 2,700 is almost mountaintop level, so I'm going to slow down because I'm getting close. All right. Now when I get, looks like it's right up against a mountain or a cliff face here, a hill. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll. Now I'm at 500 meters or so away from the cave. I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm going to hit F4. I can see the cave right in front of me. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to scroll forward just a little bit, and I'm going to hit the control button so we can go down. We'll move toward the cave. There we go. I'm going to hit my landing gear. Landing gear is deployed. And scroll all the way back. There we go. And we have landed. All right. Go ahead and hit Y. That'll get me out. I'm a little bit further away from the cave than I'd like, but it's fine. We landed. We got no problems, so we're good. I'm less than 100 meters away. That's not bad. Now, once we find the entrance to the cave, we're going to go inside and we're going to look around. Now, there are several different consumables. You hit T for torch, which is your headlamp, okay? T for your headlamp, torch. All right, now we just found a harvestable item. So this is going to be, I think they call it, I forget what they call it. I'm going to grab it. Let's go to inventory. I already have some stuff from a previous video. So let's go ahead and, this is the Emoshi plague is what it's called. And it's a fungus, I guess, or a lichen. And then they also have poop. There it is. There is this the poop? No, this is the plague. And this really isn't worth that much, but I always gather some unless I've got a really, really rich cave. In which case I'll throw these down on the ground and I won't take them because you're going by weight, right? You're going by how many kilograms you can carry. So you've got a capacity of 120 kilograms. I'm 42% capacity right now. If there's a lot of rocks around, I will chuck this Emoshi plague and the ranted dung. Whoops. And it's I for inventory, so you can see it. I will chuck those on the ground so fast if it means I can get even one more gem in my backpack, because it's worth so much more. There's a double, by the way, there's a bug where when you grab something, you double grab. So I'm going to grab again. See? I only hit that button once. So that is a bug in the game they need to fix. It is causing me to be able to double the time for me to pick up items, and that's unacceptable. Okay, so I need to find a rock, man. Sometimes they give these missions out to people like right after the other, and so sometimes the rocks have already been harvested. So, but people usually miss a lot of rocks. So learn to find your rocks. It's going to be hard at first, but you'll get an eye for it. Promise you'll get an eye for it. There's usually one or two at the beginning of the cave. So that's why I'm walking back here. I'm looking, because there's usually one or two at the beginning of the cave. I don't see one, but usually when you walk by one or you get close to one for the very first time, your HUD will pop up and it'll tell you that you have a mineable that you're close to, and then you just look around. It won't say it after that, but you should say it the very first time that you walk into the cave and you get close to one. So there may not be one here at the entrance. But never forget that you are looking for a missing client. They're usually at the bottom of the cave, and they're random where they put them. So I think they're random. The caves are just random enough that I haven't been able to test it out enough to know whether or not it's random where they end up. Like, I'm sure there are certain spawn points where they're at, but I've never found one alive either. But if you have a med pen and there's one alive, sometimes, I mean, I was told, it might have been a troll, but I was told that somebody used a med pen on their on their missing client, and then called for evac, and then that's how they got there. Okay, this is the rantadung right here. It's poop. There's no animals in here though, so don't worry about that. At least not yet. But because of the rantadung, I'm expecting they're probably going to put animals in the caves eventually. But I've never found one alive, so I've always just searched their body, and then you get the money for it. So, all right, here's one. I found one. See how it's by itself? I mean, but it's got the orange running through it. But here's the purple. This is purple. Let's see. We're gonna hit 4 to get our mining tool out, and it's aphrite. Okay, you let it scan. You right click. By the way, you right click to get it to open up. After you hit R, 4. R puts it away. Hold down R to put away like if you want to put away your pistol. Hold down R. It'll put it away. You want to put away your multi-tool? Hold down R. It'll put it away. You got to hold it down and keep it held until it puts it away, though. All right, we'll scan this again. If it'll let me scan it again. Sometimes it'll glitch out. Let me walk away and come back. It already scanned it, so there it is. And once you scan a rock, you don't have to scan it again. It'll automatically pop up when you hit the sweet spot. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mine this stone. Guys, I have a different type of mining technique, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on a video, which is going to be a shorter video. But since you guys got to this point in the video, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I turn my... okay, they say that what you want to do, once you scan the rock, is they say the safe way is to left click to get the mining bit to work. And then on the left-hand side here, you scroll your wheel up, and you'll start to see that little arrow on the left there and that white bar go up. And what you have to do is you have to get this line inside that green that is above it, and you have to keep it in the green for a certain amount of time. If you go above that green, you'll get into the red zone. It will superheat the rock, it will explode, and it could kill you. It will definitely hurt you, so you definitely don't want that to happen. You're going to go ahead and I'm just showing you the slow way. As we get closer, just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, and keep it inside that green. I'm gonna move it away from the rock. If it gets to be too hot, you want to move it away from the rock. You can move away from the stone to weaken the energy beam, and you can move closer to make it more powerful. Looks like I'm in the sweet spot right there. I'm in the sweet spot. That's great. Perfect. Awesome. All right, I'm going to back off. You don't have to back off, but what will happen is, guys, you'll find that because they put them right up against these rocks, and these rocks are not solid, that a lot of times your stones will be inside the rock. I don't think that's the case here, but I think we're good. We got this, okay, see, we've got this double grab going on here, which is a real pain in the butt. It's taking twice as long to gather up my stones. So, definitely something they got to fix. And there we go. There's that. I don't think there's any more. Sometimes it doesn't hurt. I mean, if you lose count, sometimes it doesn't hurt to take a look around and make sure that one of them didn't pop out and jump around. Sometimes if you have a violent explosion, it will, like if you get into the red a little bit, and then you get it back down to the green, even though it's not in the red anymore. If it was in the red once, it will sometimes still have a superheated core, and it'll explode. It'll hurt you, or sometimes it won't hurt you, but it'll still scatter those stones everywhere, and you got to look around the area to pick up the rocks. So that can be that can be a pain in the butt sometimes. All right, here's another one though. This one has green. This one is green, and this one is Dolovine. All right, cool beans. All right, now guys, I'm actually at 100% out of 100% capacity right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually drop my Emoshi Plague all but one and my Rantadung all but one. Actually, let's see, the Rantadung is worth more than the Emoshi Plague. Emoshi Plague isn't worth anything really. And if you notice, it's about the capacity, right? It's about the weight. So I've got all these spaces here that are empty because I just don't have the weight to carry it, I think. I've never been able to fill up these here because I always get overburdened with the amount of crystals I've got. Maybe if all I'm doing is gathering the lighter stuff, it might fill this up, but I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and let's get rid of all the Emoshi Plague except for one. All right, we're down to 88% now. Now I've got 12% more. I dropped 12 of those things, and they're still here. At least they should be. Did they all disappear? Wow, normally they land right on the ground and just... Oh, are they down there? No. I thought maybe they rolled down the hill. Maybe they rolled down the hill. Anyway, I got more rocks to get, so we're gonna get more rocks. Alrighty guys, and once you get a full pack, this is how you speed up your process. Exit to menu. Yes. Now, why would you exit to menu? Oh my God, you just left the server. Aren't you going to lose all your stuff? No, you're not going to. You keep everything in your pack. And your ship, it just gets stored. You retrieve it when you want to use it again. But that takes 5 minutes. Unless you want to expedite it and pay a couple of 100 credits. Then it takes like a minute to bring it back. So they're going to patch that. I'm sure they're going to fix that. They're going to figure out this loophole. But so you don't have to fly home. This is how I save time. It puts you on a different server usually, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm playing by myself anyway, and I'm just doing it to make money. So I want to speed this process up as fast as possible. You're going to spawn back in your bed in the apartment like you did at the beginning of the video. Then once you're at your apartment, you're going to go ahead and you're going to go out, go to the elevator. I can find the elevator. I'm on B4, so we have to actually go up. Okay, once you're in the elevator, go to ground floor, hang a left as you go out, hang a right, hit the stairs, go left, go left again. Now, at this sign, hang a right, a hard right. Go all the way down to the admin office. Go to one of these terminals right here. And then go to sell. Select your personal inventory. All right. So I had one piece of Emoshi Plague and one piece of Rantadung. Emoshi Plague's only worth 13 credits a piece. So we only get 13. I only have one because all the rest of the stuff was worth way more. So if you don't have anything else, like if you can't find enough crystals in the cave, pick up all that stuff because it's worth some money. Better to come back with a full pack of something than nothing. Rantadung is worth 44 credits. Right now, this fluctuates a little bit, guys, I think depending on how much is being sold. So, and right now, I'm not even going to count that, okay? And by the way, sometimes that doesn't go away. I already sold that Rantadung, but it didn't go away. So I'm going to say we have 69,600 credits, okay? 696. We're going to see what we end up with now. I'm not even counting that other stuff. So the cheapest one now is the Dolovine. It's probably the most common. So, and that is, we're going to get 3,900 units for that. Because we sold 30 of them. Aphrite is worth 152.50 a piece. That's going to give us 7,930. And then the Hadanite is worth 275 a piece. I've got 34 units of that is 9,350. All right, there you go, guys. So I made well over 20,000 and something credits on that one trip, and it took me about an hour to do. It took me about an hour, all in all, with this shortcut, obviously, to get back, so I didn't have to fly back. Because if I had to fly back, it'd take an extra 15 minutes. So it'd be between an hour and a half if you're going to do it legit. So, but right now, for me, it took about an hour. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that gives you a starting point on your mining. I hope that helped you out. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do that right now. As I always say, I am my usual me. You be your usual you, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.